Hello and thanks for joining us for our class today. So today we're going to go through a class designed for golfers. So it's a nice little class really focusing on our upper body, so some mobility of our upper bodies as well as some core strength exercises as well. So I hope you enjoyed the class today and we'll get started. So we're going to start in sitting, so just coming on your mat at home. So sitting, making sure your weight's going nice and evenly through those sitting bones. Just to begin with, we can still tilt that pelvis forwards and back. Just looking to find that midpoint between those two movements, so that pelvis in a nice neutral position, and that kind of really makes me sit up and brings my chest forward. Good. So that core's gently engaged, those ribs are soft, my collarbones are wide, and that neck is nice and long and lifted. So just tuck that chin in slightly, so really lifting through the top of that head there. Good. Okay, so we're going to start by opening out through these chests. So bring your elbows into your side, palms facing up. We're going to take a breath in here. As you breathe out, open those hands apart, squeeze those shoulder blades gently back and then coming forwards. And again, breath in. As you breathe out, opening out, squeezing gently back and forwards. And again, breath in. As you breathe out, opening out, squeezing those shoulder blades gently back and forwards. And again, opening out, squeezing gently back and forwards. Lovely, keeping that neck long, those shoulders down. I'm just opening out through this chest. Squeeze my shoulder blades gently back as I'm opening out and forwards. Good. Opening out and back. Breath in. On the out breath, open out, squeezing gently back and forwards. Lovely. Still keeping that core engaged. And back. Neck nice and long. Good. Opening out and back. Lovely. And again, opening out through that chest, squeezing gently back and forwards. And again, opening out, squeezing gently back and forwards. Let's do one more here. Opening out, squeeze those gently, shoulder blades gently back and forwards, and relax those arms down. Just relax those shoulders. Good. Okay, so we're going to bring our arms up to that shoulder height. Keep our neck nice and long here. Still my weight's going evenly through those sitting bones. So we'll take a breath in. As you breathe out, we're going to turn our body around to the side. Breath in. As we breathe out, back to that center. And again, breath in. As you breathe out, rotating that upper body round. Breath in. As you breathe out, back to that center. And again, breath in. As you breathe out, rotating around, looking around, so following with that head and back. So we're just rotating through our neck as well. Good. So looking around, following those arms, and on that out breath, back to that center. Good. And again, breath in. As you breathe out, rotating around, breath in. As you breathe out, back to that center. And again, breath in. As you breathe out, rotating around, and on that out breath, back to that center. Good. One more each side. Rotating around, following with your head. Back to that center. Breath in. As you breathe out, rotating around, following with that head. And then back to that center. Relax those arms down and relaxing those shoulders there. Fantastic. Okay. So we're going to come round into 4-point kneeling. So if you come round onto all fours from here. So in this position, my hands underneath my shoulders and my knees under those hips as well. If it feels too much on your wrists like this, you can come up onto your fist if that feels better. Just do whatever's comfortable. So make sure the elbows are facing each other, so my elbows shouldn't be locked back, should be nice and soft through those joints. And those feet just resting on the floor. Good. So we're going to start here, do a bit more mobility of the spine, do our cat stretch. So take a breath in. As you breathe out, we're going to arch that back up, drop that head down, and then dropping down and looking forwards. Good, and again, arching that back up, dropping that head down, and then drop down and look forwards. Good. So arching that back up, and then drop down, look forwards. Lovely, and again, dropping that head under, drop down, look forwards. So we're just extending through that spine, and then flexing as well through that whole spine. So it's a really nice gentle stretch, just to really mobilise all of our spine from here. Good. Dropping down and then arching up, tucking that head under. Lovely, just the last few here. Tucking that head under. And then on this next one, I just want you to think about where that midpoint is between these two movements. So we're looking to find that neutral position still. So my back should be nice and flat, that core's still engaged, okay? So just tuck that tailbone under just slightly so you feel that kind of neutral position back again. That core's gently lifted, elbows still soft, And we're going to start into our sort of swimming or Superman movement, whatever you like to call it. We're going to start with just our legs. So we're going to extend one leg behind, keeping that back nice and flat, and then folding the leg back. And again, opposite leg, lengthening away and folding back. Now, what you want to really focus on is keeping that pelvis nice and level, so I'm not losing that neutral position. Sometimes you feel people go a bit too far. Now, if that's comfortable, either stay there, or we can add in that opposite arm, opposite leg. And again, opposite arm, opposite leg, and fold back. Well done. Opposite arm, opposite leg, and fold back. Good, and again, opposite arm, opposite leg, and fold back. Lovely. So keeping that lengthening through the body, but not losing that nice control, that core's gently engaged. Lovely. So really lengthening through, keeping that control. Opposite arm, opposite leg. Beautiful. Okay, we'll just do a few more here. Well done. So again, when you add that arm movement in, we're not overstretching. We want to keep parallel with the floor, so I don't lose that stability and control through my spine and my pelvis. Very good. Lengthening through, folding back. Good. And again. And folding back. Well done. Often people describe, imagine you've got a tray of drinks on your back. You don't want to spill, so imagine what your favourite is. Keeping that nice and steady as we're lengthening through. Well done. Again, opposite arm, opposite leg. And let's do one more each side. Fold back. And then back to that start. Excellent, well done. Okay, so start back into that sort of box sort of start position here. We're going to just do a little bit more mobility through that upper back and go into our sort of thread the needle. So we're going to take one arm and we're going to lift it under and through, so reaching that arm away and then coming back. And if you can, we're going to follow it up and look with your head. So again, we're rotating through that upper spine, lifting up and then tucking through and under. And again, lifting up and tucking through and under. Well done. And again, lifting up, following with that head, and then rotating, reaching through and under. Well done. And again, lifting up, reach through and under. Well done. Good. Reach through and under. And one more time here. Lifting up, reach through and under. Fantastic. Okay, we do the same on the other side. So opposite arm, just going to lift up, follow it with your head, and then tuck through and under from here. And again, lifting up, tuck through and under. Well done. Lift up, follow with that head, tuck through and under. Well done. Lifting up and tuck through and under. Really good. Through and under. So we're following with that head so we get that stretch through our neck as well, and then tucking that arm through and under. So really rotating and mobilising through that upper back, helping that rotation movement. Good, last couple here. And one last time. Through and under. And then we're coming back to that centre. Well done. Okay, so we're going to drop down off our wrists from here to have a break and just come down into this child pose stretch. So we're just dropping down. We're breathing in and out here. On that out breath, if you can, just sink down into that stretch just that little bit further. And again, breath in. As you breathe out, sink down that little bit further. So really stretching through those shoulders and sinking that bottom down onto your heels. So really opening out through that lower back as well. Good, so breath in. As you breathe out, sink down that little bit further. Well done. One last time, breath in. And as you breathe out, sinking down that little bit further. Well done. So we're going to walk our hands slowly back up. Excellent. And we're going to come round and down onto our backs. So coming round onto our backs here. Have those knees bent up. So those feet and knees are that hip width distance apart from here. We'll start by just finding that neutral again. So we're going to tilt that pelvis forwards and back, just looking to find that midpoint again between those two movements. That pelvis in that nice neutral position here. That core is just gently engaged, those ribs are nice and soft, collarbones wide, and that neck nice and long and lifted. Fantastic. Arms relaxed down by your side, and we're going to start here with a scissors movement. So we're going to float one leg up into tabletop. So we're going to build up to this. So just start here, breath in. As you breathe out, lower that foot down, come back up, and then back to that star. So breath in. As you breathe out, lift that leg up, tap down, back up, and then lower. Good. And again, lifting up, tap down, back up, and lower. Now, really focus on keeping that knee at that 90-degree angle, okay? Don't let that knee bend. The movement is coming from that hip. So I'm lowering that leg down from this hip here. Making sure that I'm not losing that neutral position we've just found through our pelvis. So keeping that there as we lower the leg and back up. Well done. Now, if that's feeling comfortable, we can just bring both legs up into double tabletop and then tap the foot down to the floor if you can. If that feels too much, we can make this exercise a little bit easier by either imagining we've got a bucket here. I'm tapping to the bottom of the bucket if you can. If that feels too much, just tapping halfway. And if that's too much, we can just dip our toe in that bucket. So just pick that level if that feels more comfortable. But saying that, if you start to lose that or if you start to lose that neutral position of the pelvis, your back is arching, your tummy's really doming, then just come down a level, okay? So just pick what's comfortable. Switching sides here, keeping that control each side. Well done. Dropping down. Well done. Keep going here if you can. Lovely. So breathing out, you're lowering that leg. But most importantly, just don't hold your breath. Just keep breathing. So you're keeping that control, that neutral position. Well done. Last few here. Tapping that foot down, keeping that knee at that 90-degree angle. That movement's coming from that hip, remember. Well done. And let's do one more each side. And then back to that centre, and then lower those legs back down from here. Very good. So feet and knees back to that hip width distance. We're going to tuck those feet up towards our bottoms a little bit more. This is so we don't get cramp in our hamstrings when we're doing our bridge movement. So arms down by your side. We'll take a breath in here. As we breathe out, tightening that pelvis under, use those bottom muscles to lift you up into this bridge. Breath in here. As you breathe out, lowering that spine back down, walking down onto the mat. Good. And again, breath in. As you breathe out, tightening that pelvis under, use those bottom muscles, lifting up into that bridge. Breath in here. And as you breathe out, walking that spine slowly back down onto the mat. Good. And again, breath in. As you breathe out, tightening that pelvis under, use those bottom muscles, lifting up into that bridge. Breath in here. And as you breathe out, walking slowly back down. Good. And again, breath in. As you breathe out, tightening that pelvis under, lifting up. Breath in here. Then as you breathe out, walk that spine. So peel that spine slowly back down onto the mat. Well done. And again, breath in. As you breathe out, use those bottom muscles, lifting up into that bridge. Breath in here. As you breathe out, walking that spine slowly back down onto the mat. And again, breath in. As you breathe out, tucking that pelvis under, lifting up. Breath in here. And as you breathe out, walk that spine slowly back down onto the mat. Lovely. Now this time, we're going to do this again, but we're going to add in our arm movement. So breath in here. As you breathe out, tucking that pelvis under, lifting up into this bridge. Float the hands up to the ceiling. Now keep those shoulder blades down. Breath in. And as we breathe out, walking that spine back down onto the mat and float the hands back down. Well done. And again, breath in. As you breathe out, tucking that pelvis under, lifting up into that bridge. Float the hands up to the ceiling, shoulder blades down. Breath in. As you breathe out, walking that spine back down and float the hands down to join. And again, breath in. As you breathe out, tucking that pelvis under, lifting up into that bridge. Float the hands up to the ceiling, shoulder blades down. Breath in. And then as you breathe out, walking that spine back down, float back down onto the mat. Well done. And again, breath in. As you breathe out, tucking that pelvis under, use those bottom muscles, lifting up into that bridge, float the hands up to the ceiling, shoulder blades down, breath in. And as you breathe out, walk that spine back down onto the mat. Lovely. Last time, breath in. As you breathe out, tucking that pelvis under, use those bottom muscles, lifting up into that bridge, float the hands up to the ceiling, shoulder blades down, breath in. As you breathe out, walk that spine slowly back down and then bring those hands back down to join. Fantastic. Let's bring those knees in, have a little hug and just stretch that out from here. Good. Well done. Breath in and out. And again, breath in and out from here. Lovely. And then lower those legs back down. Good. So we're just going to stretch out through our glute muscles. So we're going to put one foot onto the opposite knee. Allow that leg just to relax open there. If that's enough of a stretch, then just stay there. Or if you can, we're going to bring the other leg up in towards you, just as far as you feel comfortable, and then hold this stretch here. So we're going to breathe in and out. On the out breath, if you can, just sink down into that stretch, just that little bit further if you can, holding that there. And as you breathe out, sink down that little bit further. Well done, if you can. But just hold this position where you're comfortable. Don't overstretch it. Just breathing in and out. No tension through the upper body. Just relaxing down into that stretch if you can. And again, breath in. As you breathe out, sinking down that little bit further into that stretch. Well done. Breath in. And as you breathe out, sink down that little bit further. Well done. And then lowering that leg down. We do the same on the other side. So opposite foot onto the other knee. Allow that leg just to relax open there. If that's enough of a stretch, then just stay there. Or if you can, we'll bring the other leg up in towards you, just as far as you feel comfortable. And then we're holding this stretch here. So we're going to breathe in and out. On that out breath, if you can, just sink down into that stretch, just that little bit further if you can, but go where it's comfortable. No tension through that upper body. Remember, just sinking down into that stretch if you can on that out breath. Well done. Breathing in and out. Holding this stretch here. Well done. Breath in. As you breathe out, it's sinking down. Good. One more breath in here. And as you breathe out, sinking down. Excellent. And then we're going to lower that leg back down. Great. And then we're going to come round and up into sitting. So just coming round into a sitting position, whatever's comfortable, legs crossed, legs out in front, however you feel comfortable to sit. So just in this position here, make sure that weight's still going nice and evenly down through your feet. Those shoulders relaxed, that neck's nice and long. And we're going to finish as we started with a little spine twist movement. So we're going to bring our arms back into that Cossack position. We'll take a breath in here. As you breathe out, we're going to rotate that body around. Breath in. And on the out breath, back to that centre. And again, breath in. As you breathe out, rotating that body around, breath in here. And as you breathe out, back to that centre. And again, breath in. And as you breathe out, rotating around, breath in here. And on the out breath, back to that centre. Well done. And again, breath in. As you breathe out, rotating around, breath in here. And on the out breath, back to that centre. Good. And again, breath in. As you breathe out, rotating around, breath in. And on the out breath, back to that centre. One last time, breath in. And as you breathe out, back. On the out breath, back to that centre. Lovely. And relax those arms back down, relax those shoulders here. Fantastic. Well, thanks for joining us for our class today. Hope you've enjoyed it, and we'll see you again.